Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan
And Angela.
from Milner and Heritage Guitars. Deep in the heart of Texas, that's where we're at right now. Mm-hmm. Actually, we're from RNA Music.
Yes, we are, if you didn't know.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Yes.
It's time to answer some questions. Let's get to it.
I'm
So excited. First question
Yes.
from my good friend, Pat David Music, all the way down under.
Hi, Pat.
Hi, Pat. First question. Love the Healthy Chat RNA family. Follow up to your re-roll question, Ryan. What part of your music professional journey would you have done differently, given the chance? Would you gig more, play different instruments, record more, online stores, build your own guitars, set up shop in a different state? Angela, is there any way you can continue your dancing now? Social clubs? Could you coach others? Start some online tutorials? All the questions.
Lots of good questions.
If I had to do it all over again, musically,
Yeah.
that's kind of tough.
It is tough. Because that
I don't know.
entails a lot of different things.
Yeah, because I'm not sure I would go to school and get a degree. I mean, I have a bachelor's degree in music education, and an associates of arts degree, and that's not necessarily necessary to do what I do. I mean, having those degrees is nice. I guess it gives some credibility to some, parents looking for, lessons for their kids or whatever. They go, oh, this guy, he knows what he's talking about.
Got some learned in his
I got some
head.
learning done at the university. But it's not, information is information. Whether you acquire it at a university or whether you just read it in books, acquiring and mastering the information is really all that matters. So
Right.
I don't know, but I did enjoy my time at college, and if I hadn't gone, we were talking the other day, to junior college first, we wouldn't have met. My life would be completely different. So I'm glad I did go to school.
Yes.
But probably the biggest thing is I would have started doing what I do right now sooner, I think. I wish I would have started doing this in my 20s.
Yeah, as soon as we left school.
Yeah, as soon as I graduated college. For the state of Texas, they think I'm qualified to teach in the public school system music. So I wish I would have started teaching. I wish I would have started RNA then,
Yes.
at 24 instead of starting it at 34 or 35. What? 33?
Yeah.
I don't know.
32, 33.
30, whatever. So I wish I would have, because I love what I do and I love teaching and, I love what we do with this. But I think at the time, maybe I just didn't have the confidence, or I had to go through some other things to learn more about business first, I guess. But
Yeah.
I wish I would have started doing what I'm doing right now sooner.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have spent more time writing and recording music, because now I'm playing catch up on that. Turn that off.
Yeah.
So that's about it. I just wish I would have started doing what I do now sooner, and probably spent more time writing and recording. That's me. What about you? Dancing.
Dancing. I don't know. I don't know if there's a lot of stuff that I guess I could do, but the dance that I learned, I did do tap and some ballet and some modern lyricals type stuff, but
Interpretive dance.
interpretive, yes. But for the bulk of my dance was drill team. So it was like high kicks, kind of like the Rockettes type stuff. I don't like going to clubs. I don't like dancing as a social thing. I don't really care for it. I like choreographed, like Dances with the Stars type, or So You Think You Could Dance type, like choreographed stuff. I have taught a couple of kids before dance. That was fun. I would like to teach it again. That would, in our town, unlike most Texas towns, especially East Texas towns, our school system doesn't have a dance team, which is really
kind of odd, actually.
Odd.
I thought it was normal because I grew up here, and I was like, "What's a dance team?"
Yeah,
That's
and
like what every other school
most
has.
towns have dance teams or pep squads. They call them different things, but for the most part. So I would love to start something here in our town. That would be a lot of fun, because I know the camaraderie and just the discipline and all the just adventures that you get to go on, and the sisterhood that comes along with it is just unmatched. And plus, it helps with tuition and getting into college and stuff like that. But starting some online tutorials, probably not. Again, I don't like necessarily watching myself dance. I would love to have like a group of people get together and us like do dances, choreograph some stuff together. That would be fun. I actually talked to a couple of friends about going back and all the dance routines that we learned, or even like old, you know, like Janet Jackson videos and stuff that we learned a lot of our moves from. Was like Janet Jackson. She was a pioneer of like group dance back in the day, and so I would love to go back and like relearn a lot of her stuff as just a workout.
That would be great, actually.
It would be a lot of fun. And
you should
like
start a
fitness thing, just learning old choreography.
It's like Taibo, but it's dance bow.
From the 90s. It's like Zumba. Zumba's the same thing. But actually learning the routines from the videos. You know, not just doing dance moves with it, but actually doing the videos, you know, along with it. So
that would probably be a lot of fun for a lot of people.
I think that would be a lot of fun. So.
Not for me, but for a lot of other people.
Yeah. I guess I could do videos teaching you how to do dance routines from, I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I'd watch. I watched you dance when we were in college. So.
Yes, you did.
Hey, girl. Or wait, no, you were watching me play drums. That's what
you watched me dance first, and then I had to sit down and watch the band. So then I watched you. So you watched me first.
Yeah. Good times. Thanks for the question, Pat, man.
Yeah,
Hope you're doing well down under. Miss you.
Yes.
You need to come back to Texas.
Yes, with Jess.
Don't just come back to America. Come back to Texas. Come back to Texas.
Yes.
We have Pantera. Or we used to.
We used to.
Anyways, next question, Dan Sherburne. Hey, Ryan and Angela, love the videos. Ryan, I'd love to know your opinion. What should I spend my bonus on? I love helping people spend money. A 2017 Les Paul Standard HP or a secondhand PRS Custom 24 tin top from the early 2000s. They're about the same coin, and sadly I cannot afford both. Cheers, Dan. That is a great question, Dan. I just had this conversation with Art, who's purchased a few guitars from us and is also quite the PRS aficionado and has owned some Les Pauls as well.
Yeah.
And Art was in the shop a couple days ago and we were talking about that.
Yeah.
And just the thing with Les Pauls and Gibson sometimes, and it's like, and I'm not a Gibson hater. I have an Explorer that I love, and I know a lot of people who, and it's kind of the same thing, like, I want one, and Art the same way, he wanted one, but the problem with the Gibsons is you really got to go and put your hands on them and play them, because they are kind of inconsistent. And you could go to, you might have to try 10 before you find one that, wow, okay, this one has got everything together. Whereas with PRS, for the most part, they're really consistent.
Yeah.
So I know that's a really tough question when you want both. If it were me, I would go with the PRS, because I had a 2000 something model tin top come through my hands like a year ago. A friend of mine got it, and I did the deal for him, or I worked the trade because he was out of town, so I received the guitar for him, and I had it for a weekend, and I played it. I'm like, this is nice. Nice. And it was a killer deal because, you know, it was an older tin top, but it's still a PRS tin top, and it looked phenomenal. So it's hard to say, you know, really, because I don't want to steer you wrong, Dan, but if it were me, I would probably go with PRS. But still want a Les Paul. I would keep my eye out for a Les Paul, but, you know, you got to find the right one, and it's harder, I think, with Gibson sometimes.
Yes, it is.
Thanks for the question, Dan.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah.
Blaine Ludman. Hi, Blaine.
Hey.
How are you? When were y'all in the best shape of your life, and what did you do to get there, like weights, etc.? And why aren't y'all working out these days? Working not being an excuse. Also, since they're sitting right next to each other, when are you going to do a Mesa versus 5153? Oh, this? Mesa versus that? Cheers. Well, you know, I'm glad that you asked that, because I just now got the 5153 fixed. It's been broken for, I don't know, 6 or 7, 8 months.
Yeah, something like that.
It crapped out not too long after I got it. And doing the research, it seems as though the EVH stuff tends to have a lot of problems from the, you know, reading online, you know, But I took it to some tech friends of ours that I take all my repair stuff that I need done, guitars most of the time as well, but they do amps, and they fixed it for me. So now it's back in working condition. I really should. I actually wanted to do that. Do a dual rec versus 5153 versus the Devil Cat Jimmy. Something I wanted to do. So that's a good suggestion. Hopefully, maybe I'll get that done in the next few weeks. So
maybe.
As far as when were you in the best shape of your life? What did you do to get there? Let's see. Why don't you go first? When were you in the best shape of your life? Because I probably know.
Oh gosh, like high school.
High school, college?
High school, college. Yes, mostly high school. My junior, senior year, I busted my butt working out, and because I had an image distortion when I was a kid, so I was very thin, but I was very fit. I had abs, and I worked out before school. Before I
like weights and stuff. Or?
Yeah, I did crunches and push-ups, a lot of body training, body weight training. I would do 1,000 crunches and about 400 to 500 push-ups every morning.
Right now.
And then I would go to school, and then during the evening I would have drill team workout, and we would work out with weights, and of course we did high kicks and lunges, and that again gave you just a phenomenal leg tone.
And you had to hold your arms like this.
Yes, and so our arms
Constantly.
were always out to the side. We call it hooking up. and we'd have to hold our weight, because you can't press your arms down when you're doing high kicks. In college that changed. We had to go out to the side this way in college, because there's so many of us. We had to get as many girls in a small amount of space as possible. But as soon as that drill team workout was done, I would come home and I would run on the treadmill for about an hour, sometimes 2, and then I would continue with my crunches and push-ups, and then I'd go to bed. So I was always working out, and my dad was a coach, a football coach and a baseball coach, so I had access to the field house, and I would go, and he would help us jump boxes, and CrossFit does stuff like that now. And I did weights, just bench pressing and stuff like that. 200 at the most, but I did stuff like that all the time. I still, your
lats?
Yeah.
Lats? Traps
are huge. They're like ridiculous still to this day. And of course, having giant babies and picking up children, I automatically go to that weight and hold, because that's my strongest muscle, is right there. So that would probably be then. And then kind of now, because I'm still pretty strong. I've never really lost too much muscle gain, especially when I started losing weight. I've lost about 45 pounds now, and since y'all know me, and so yeah, I'm still pretty strong. I like the weight I'm at, and we go walking, and I don't do a lot of weight training, but I have natural muscle tone, so I don't have
Genetics.
I don't have to do much in order to tone and define. So I don't try to push myself to the extreme.
Take after your dad.
I have great blood pressure, I have great blood sugar and all that stuff, so I don't try to push myself like I did before, because before was such a body image thing. I thought I was fat, I thought I was ugly, I didn't think, I just, not ugly here, but ugly here, and so I really pushed myself, and I don't need to do that. I'm really comfortable in my skin, and I'm happy where I'm at, so I don't really have to push myself as much as I used to. So.
Yeah. Well, then when we lived in Tulsa, you did kickboxing.
I did kickboxing. I enjoyed that
You really
thoroughly.
loved it.
Yes, and again, because of the amount of control in your upper body that you do in kickboxing and punching, and with the punching bags and the wave masters and stuff, I gained a lot of definition in the back of my arms and in my shoulders and across my chest. So I gain muscle really fast. So I don't need to.
Yeah.
Really.
As far as me, it was probably my first couple of years in college. I was a pretty big guy as a senior, and between the middle of my senior year and probably middle of my freshman year in college, I lost about 75 pounds. Mm-hmm. So I lost a lot of weight. I got it down pretty lean for me at my height. Now I wasn't exercising. I wasn't working out to do that. It was strictly just not eating very much But I was going to say probably it's that same point in time too, because at some point in college is when I injured my back kind of the first time, and ever since that, pre-back injury, I was probably in the best shape, because even now I have to be really careful. Like I helped move some furniture for my sister just this last weekend, and took Nicholas with me, and moving tables and heavy desks and things, and the next day I sat down wrong and I was like, oh god, there's the back. And so I've got to be really careful with that kind of stuff now. But pre-back injury, probably then. But a couple of years ago, I got into watching my nutrition and working out pretty frequently, like 3 times a week. Weights and push-ups and squats, and and it did pretty good. I would like to get back to that, but right now we're just walking. I mean, we are working. Like, why aren't you working out? No, it's like, well, we do walk like almost every day. We walk a couple of miles, 2-3 miles, sometimes 4. It just depends. So we're walking right now. I'm trying to get my blood pressure lower. It's been up a little bit, and now we're working on bringing it down. And one of the things I was told was, sometimes you got to watch the intensity of your training. Like if you're doing real high intensity stuff, if your blood pressure is a little on the high side, you want to maybe not do that so much, or be very careful about it, at least anyways.
It's a gradual thing.
Yeah, now mine's getting back down into kind of a normal zone now, so it's probably safe for me to go back to doing more resistant stuff. But so it's probably college for me as well. But a lot of that has to go with, I have to be really careful about my back stuff too. So even when I'm doing certain exercises, I have to be really careful about using good form and stuff. So yeah, that's it, man. Thanks for the question. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think everybody should work on their health at some point, definitely. And I think right now for us, it's not so much about I want to look ripped when I go to the beach, or I want to look sexy for the camera or something. It really has nothing to do with that at this point. Now it's just about now it's just about I want my blood pressure to be good. You don't want to have avoiding heart disease and strokes and heart attacks and diabetes and things. So now I guess in your 40s, people get to that point and they're like, hey, all right, it's not really about looks at this point. It's about health. Quality of life and health. So that's where we're going.
And then carrying that same pattern of healthy living to our children.
Yeah.
So when they are adults and in their 20s and 30s and 40s, they'll won't be like, Mom, you should have helped us out. We didn't know. We just thought this was normal, and now it's so hard. Yeah. So we want to give them the leg up that it took us a while. Well,
it took me a while.
I'm
still working on it. I'm still trying to eat that more.
I'm like, eat your vegetables. Have a salad. That's all we're eating today.
No, salad's made of
like
meat.
That.
That's
I'm not
great.
Like that.
No, she's not. She's great.
But our boys actually will eat vegetables and will eat, salads and as a meal. So they just love it with grilled chicken, and they'll eat fish and stuff like that. So we've already established that healthy habit.
They have better eating habits than I ever did.
Yes.
As a kid.
They'll eat oatmeal for breakfast, and they'll complain about it sometimes, but it's still we've already established that, for them. So, but that's the point.
Yeah. Thanks, Blake. Big John. Hi, Big John.
Hello.
Ryan, I feel if you could get Angela to blog more, your YouTube channel would blow up and you could buy more gear. That's a plan. I think we should do that.
Okay.
Ryan, also, do you feel Paul is more bitter Batman or bitter Loki? My guess would be Loki. I have a theory that Marvel Universe started a band, Loki would be the bass player.
It's just mostly a comment, but I thought it was a funny comment, so.
I also have tried to get my wife to start a YouTube crafting channel. She is one of the most crafty women I ever known. She sweats talent I will never have. I understand that.
That was really sweet. That's why I wanted to read that, because that was sweet.
That's how I feel about Angela. She's amazing in everything she tries. As soon as she tries it, she's like, there's a little bit of a learning curve for anything, but hers is like, mastered it.
I wish.
Yeah, no.
I wish. No.
I think, is Paul more bitter Batman or bitter Loki? I think that's the real question here.
Ooh.
Batman. By far. Because Loki's.
I think
he's funny, but he's evil.
With Loki comic books.
Yeah. Because Paul's really a nice guy, and he helps people.
Yeah.
He's a people helper, like Batman is, versus
Loki is just a
Lord of Mischief, you know.
a jackass.
Yeah, so Paul, I think we established Paul's definitely Batman.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
Right, Paul? Right. You know
Yes,
it's true.
you know.
You know it's true. Thanks, Big John. Next question. Jesse Barrera. Jesse from LaGrange, Texas. About how much does it cost to get a fret job done on a guitar? Refret? And how do you mic an amp? Well, that really depends, man. If you want like a full brand new refret done, or do you just need some leveling and crowning done? I don't do that kind of work here, so that's not something that I do or have the time to do or want to even learn to do. I don't even want to mess with that. I just take it to some guys.
I want to know.
Now, the guys that I go to, the last time I had some fret work done on one of my guitars, it was a leveling where they filed and crowned and leveled. It wasn't a complete refret. It was about $150, I think, and that's the bro price because we're bros and I send them business. But for most people, it would be probably closer to 200. I'm thinking, or maybe 180.
Yeah.
But for a full refret, probably not a lot more than that. So I'm guessing anywhere 200, 250 for a full refret, probably under 200 for a fret job per se. And then on miking an amp, man, so many different ways with a microphone, first of all. But there's so many close mic, could room mic, you could move it all over the place. So I think, of course, there's a ton of videos that specialize in that stuff. For me, I don't think there's really hard, fast rules. It's more of, you can have someone or have something playing through your speaker, move your mic around until you get the sound that you like.
Right.
And that's so subjective because what you like and you think is an awesome sound, someone else might go, that sounds like crap. You suck. Why don't you learn how to mic, But you know what? Whatever, doesn't matter. If you like it, you like it.
If you like it.
A lot of people hate Randy Rhoads' tone on his records. Like, hey, Randy Rhoads, like, you know what? But it's very specific. You recognize
But he
it.
became famous now, didn't he?
Yeah. A lot of people don't like Dimebag Darrell's tone.
But he was famous, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I love him. And his tone worked for him. I think Randy's worked for him. And everybody's, tone works for them, right? And you're always going to have somebody.
Armchair quarterback.
Yeah, you're always going to have somebody who hates the way you do it. And you're going to have other people who love it. So I think most importantly, just work out. Move it around.
You be you.
You be you. Move it around until you find what you like. And different microphones sound different. Like, and I have an SM57 over here. The Shure SM57 is a great mic for guitar cabs. It's a classic one that's been used, but it's not the only one out there.
Right.
And different mics will also kind of accentuate different frequencies. So I would say get at least one or two or maybe even 3 different mics. Find the one you like the best. Move it around to where you like it. And sometimes a room mic is better than a close mic. It just depends what you want. There's all kinds of options out there. But thanks for the question, Jesse from LaGrange, Texas.
There you go.
I like you already.
Yeah.
It's got to be awesome.
It has.
He's from LaGrange, Texas.
It's Texas.
All right, so that's all the questions for this week. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate all the comments as well. There were a lot of comments. We read those and appreciate them. And if you have a question or comment for next week, go ahead and leave it below, and we'll read them and then try to answer all the questions.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Music needs you.
And you need the music.
And we need the music.
I need the music.
We all need some more music in our lives. That is faux show. So, y'all go make some music this week. Later, y'all.
Bye.